be really interesting because I've only ever played like 3 players.
I would be very interested in. I tried to do a large game with like 5 players, but yeah, that's difficult because
Yeah,
it was a game with 5 players, and 4 of them didn't know how to play, and the fifth one was me. So
right, right,
yeah.
right. So trying to wrangle people to teach them, yeah.
Well, so I guess before we continue with our game, Kyle and I already started a game. But welcome, audience, if you are watching this. I'm trying to do something a little different because we got the Clone Boys podcast going on. We're like 5 episodes in, and I thought to myself, like, this channel, whatever it is that I'm doing with it, I kind of want it to be more than just Star Wars content. I like Star Wars content, but like I also like other things. And notice how when we're doing other content, we're doing a Star Wars board game. I like Star Wars.
Completely
That's that.
unrelated.
Yes, it's just unrelated. We were in the middle of this. If we finish this and we don't want to do more, we'll probably do a different game. But
This is a fantastic game, by the
so you
way.
can see from the top right in the corner, um, we've got God of War. Uh, I've been playing through the God of War games, and I really enjoy them. And uh, I just finished God of War 4. So I wrote some notes out and I was like, hey, I don't like I usually when I write notes out, I just paste them in like I have a Discord server that I just do reviews and post trailers and just all the media related stuff. And I thought, I could just make a video. I could just record this, record me saying this stuff, and then it'll might reach more people and it'd be more fun. So yeah, that's what we're gonna try and do. We're gonna do this little test. Apparently you can still see my mouse when I'm not on the screen. But yeah, so I guess we'll just get started. Uh whose turn is it first off?
Well, I think you flipped this guy. I just killed IG-88
Yeah,
on
he killed
Kessel,
IG-88 and I was very mad about that. Yeah, because it's my turn because I was on Ryloth. Okay.
and you discovered my bounty for me.
I did, yeah. Okay. So yeah, if you don't know how to play Outer Rim, then good luck. Because we know that's why I chose for us to do it during this game because we both know how to play and we don't have to continually tell each other what we're doing because we could just see it. Uh, but yes, what am I doing? All right. I gotta find Greedo and Saw Gerrera. So I'm gonna move here. There we go. But how much credits? I am figuring things out. I guess I'm just not gonna do anything. I'm gonna flip him. Oh, Zatan Maj. That's like not the guy that I need, right? No. Okay, well, what do I have to do with him? Oh, thank you. Lose one syndicate reputation, another gain 5,000 credits. Nah, I'm good. Alright, where are we at? God of War. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
This
I'll
is
just
a
get
this
my
is a
stuff.
great start. So God of War. It's a game. It's a game series. PlayStation. They did it. They made a thing, and it was like, whoa, that's cool. And then they made another one and a third, and then they were just like, let's make a fourth. This could be a little different. We're gonna actually like do something with it. And everyone was just like, whoa! And now there's a fifth one, and I'm gonna talk about mainly the up to the fourth one because I haven't played the fifth yet.
Rick, me.
Um, what'd you do?
I got
Oh,
hurt.
that's not fun. Um, so I guess I'm just gonna start with God of War 1 and work my way up. And hopefully
I, s- I saw you play parts of God of War 1.
you did, yeah, because we were my church has this like video game day, video game night thing where it's just we all get together and we play video games. And I got my I got a PlayStation 5. That was at the start of the year in like January, and I played through some games, Spider-Man, Last of Us, just a couple others. But yeah, I was like, hey, this PlayStation that I got came with a free copy of Ragnarok. So I'll just start playing God of War. How do I do that? Oh look, if I got a PlayStation Plus, which I have, then I could just start playing the games. That's cool. Is it my turn, by the way?
Yeah, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Why did the huts not move? But yeah, I started playing God of War, and I realized like I got PlayStation Plus, and I was like, oh, you can stream God of War in your space directly to any space. I don't need to do that. So
Yes, you do.
oh, I said I may.
Yeah, but I'd like you to because they're in the way of my where I need to
Well,
go.
you didn't get them out of the way, so no.
Oh,
Um, so yeah, I decided to stream God of War 1 and 2 because PlayStation Plus, they allowed the PSN, you can use the PlayStation Network to stream the games rather than download them. What a terrible implementation they have, because even with good Wi-Fi, you just can't, right? It's like, why did you do it that way? Um, but yeah, I decided, I'll try and push through God of War 1. God of War 2, I kind of just didn't even try at all. Um, it's your turn, by the way, Kyle.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, God of War 2, I didn't even try at all. I just watched a stream of it, and that was that. But God of War 3, I could download, so I downloaded it and played it, and then God of War 4, I played it. So, well, 2018, whatever it's called, I don't know. So I guess I'm just gonna kind of go through the first three games because I really, really enjoyed that, and it was a lot of fun. So here, I could
I've
actually.
definitely
Hmm.
heard of it. I never had any desire to play it, but I've always thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it
Um,
is definitely interesting. It's like this. I don't really know how to describe it. It's very much like a you're this guy going around Sparta, killing just a lot of Greek related stuff, just fighting them and killing them, and then eventually you start killing the Greek pantheon. And it's just like, that's cool. That's fun. Yeah, you're Kratos. He's this Spartan who's um he's pretty cool. He fights, kills a lot of people as Spartan, as Greece, but he's fighting these barbarians, and the barbarians beat him in combat and his army, and he's about to die, and he's just like, Ares, save me from my enemy. And Ares is just like, you know what, I'll do that. That sounds like fun. Except also, if I do that, then you are mine. You belong to me. Did you win?
I don't know. I'm about to find out.
Okay. Oh, you did
Oh,
not.
I'm gonna cancel that and re-roll these two.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, so you did
yes,
win.
just barely, but
Just
I'm dead.
barely.
Oh, shoot! I won, but I'm dead.
3,000 and all your secrets.
I don't have any secrets. I'm just a.
So where was I? Oh yeah, Ares. He saves Kratos. He kills. I don't know if he kills the barbarian or if Kratos does, but he gives Kratos these blades, and they're called the Blades of Chaos. I'm actually about to visit you, so I'll go there. And the Blades of Chaos, he attaches to these chains, and he just burns them into Kratos' forearms, and it's like a forever reminder of what to Kratos, it's a forever reminder of his servitude, sort of thing. I'm on Nalhutta, right?
Yes, you are.
So I gain 5,000 credits and a hut reputation. I'll just put that there. Um, so yeah, that's kind of that, and Kratos is like, all right, I guess I'm serving him. It's fine. I'm not dead, so it's not like the worst thing. And he decides to. Sorry, I keep on trying to read this. Roll a die on a hit by this. Okay. So yeah, he's serving him, and eventually he ends up taking. What does he do? He goes to his hometown, or like, you know, the town where his wife and kid are in, and he ends up killing his wife and kid.
because he
And
can't tell that they're actually his wife and kid.
yeah, because like Ares tricked him, and it's like, oh, dude, that's not cool. Stop, rebel scum. The stormtrooper raises their blaster at you. Fight a ground combat against a stormtrooper. Oh, okay.
3.
I think I win because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, he ends up killing his wife and kid. What?
Oh, you better hope that this works.
Okay, well, hopefully I don't lose. Okay, that's 3 health. I'm down
Stormtroopers
to
did
1
not
health.
miss.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Okay, I guess I'm healing next turn. And then what happens? Do I just end my turn then? And end my turn. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Um so yeah, he ends up hating Ares because of that. And luckily, the gods also hate Ares because Ares is the god of war, and it's just like, you know, hey, it's wartime. I'm gonna kill everyone. It's war, you know, like the god of war might do. And yeah, the gods aren't for that. But I guess the rule is like gods can't hurt other gods or something. It's a really weird rule. It doesn't make sense, and it's kind of they throw that out later. But yeah, they're like the gods are just like, hey, this guy Kratos, he also hates Ares. So why don't we just be really nice to him, and try and, you know, lead him to kill Ares, sort of thing. And yeah, that's sort of what happens. That's where the game starts. Kratos is heading to Athens, I think it is, because Ares is, you know, destroying Athens, and Athena is like, hey,
Why is he
Kratos, to help.
destroying Athens? Because he
Because
doesn't like Athena?
no, because he's the god of war and war, you know.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, he's destroying Athens, and Athena's just like, "Hey, Kratos, you wanna help? You wanna help? You wanna be nice? I'll give you a little kiss." I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
It's
But
not how I see Athena, but okay.
yeah, you make it there, and you start. You know, it's like the tutorial. You fight a Hydra. You kill it. You go inside the Hydra's mouth or something, and yeah, I remember there's a dude that's in the Hydra's throat, and he's got a thing that Kratos needs, and Kratos just grabs the thing and kicks the dude into the Hydra. It's just like, well, that's really rude. And he
This is
becomes he
rude.
becomes a recurring character in the series.
Oh no, how though? He's dead.
I'll explain.
Um,
Yes.
excuse me, sir,
What's up?
but your companion is wanted.
Ah,
You
do I
may
get?
choose to defend him, but I'm going to come after him nonetheless.
I mean, I can beat you in combat.
Ken, how much do you want Forlom?
He gives me an extra attack.
I'll pay you 5,000 just to step away.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Forlom, I've got 2. He's got 4.
All right, so you set that up, and yeah, so you get to Athens, you start fighting, and then they're
Frick
like,
me.
what is it? You see Ares, and it's just like, oh man, he's real big. You got it. Oh, lucky. You get to
Cancel.
cancel that out.
Oh, I
Nice.
got him. He gave up.
All right, here he is.
Thank you.
So yeah, you find out, okay, in order to beat him, or Kratos needs to go to the what is it? It's the Temple of Pandora, which is beyond these wastelands, which are apparently right next to Athens, but we don't talk about that. Um, yeah, you get there and you go to Kronos. Kronos is like carrying the temple on his back because he's been cursed to wander the wastelands forever. And
Was he carrying the temple? What? I thought it
he
was
Kronos is carrying the Temple of
Oh,
Pandora.
Chronos.
Yeah, Kronos, not
Oh.
Kratos.
For a second, I was like, I was thinking Atlas for a second. I was like, Atlas is supposed to carry the
You
world,
do
not the temple.
eventually meet Atlas. That's in God of War 3. That's a fun
Gotcha.
fight. Or well, no, that's not a fight because you fight Kronos. But yeah, you meet Atlas. That's pretty cool. Um, so, oh my gosh, I can't find the right dude. He's 12, 16. Uh, you may test tech if you pass, gain the card below. If you fail and you have either positive or negative, character suffers 3 damage. Okay, so I'm gonna test tech. So yeah, you find the temple and you spend like the majority of the game. Hey, I got him. All right. You spend the majority of the game like in the temple trying to get to Pandora's box because like if you open the box, then you unleash sin or like all of the bad things into you, which will give you the power to fight Ares. And I'm not sure exactly when you open the box, but I know that when you get to the box, like after you've gone through all of the temple, Ares is just like, "Hey, you've been getting too far in the game. I'm gonna throw a pillar from across the world and just impale you."
Oh,
Yeah, and then you spend a good portion of the game in the underworld, and this is where that guy comes back. Because you, like, the imagery of the underworld is just people falling into this pit of lava or something, and the guy
oh
just
wait, I think I
falls
remember
and
that
yeah,
now.
he falls and then he's like, "Oh no, Ghost of Sparta, no!" And you kick him down.
Okay, Ryan, you're good for your turn.
Oh, you've already done your turn?
Or what did you do for your turn?
I got K2SO.
Oh, I guess okay. I guess it's my turn then.
Yeah, I was doing that while talking. But
Ooh.
yeah, you get out of hell. That's a very annoying. That's an annoying sequence. I guess well, it's called the underworld because this is Greek. And yeah, you get big and you fight Ares, and you were watching me in this part, cause you fight Ares, and there's this cool segment in the fight where I don't remember exactly what happens, but you end up having to defend your wife and kid from various versions of yourself. That's a really cool like concept. Playing on hard mode, because I played all these games on hard mode. That's hated that fight. But
I think I just got 5,000. Yeah.
yeah, oh, yeah, I forgot to flip that because the
You have 5,000 from the first patrol, right?
what?
You get 5,000 if
Yeah,
you kill
five
the first
thousand
patrol.
credits, and then
Okay,
that's
so this
already
is the
on
next
two.
five.
Okay, cool. My
Okay,
turn then.
your turn.
All right.
I just remember, yeah, like people were falling, and then there was a section I think that was almost after that where you had to like fight millions of different versions of Kratos.
Yeah, it's defending your wife and kid from yourself, and it's a cool
Yourself.
concept. But man, it's they can spam you, and it's really annoying. Uh,
Uh huh.
I like the story concept, but that's about it. Man, I'm never gonna find these dudes, and it's because I skipped Kessel. I don't wanna. So, all right, that's that. Is your turn then?
All right.
But yeah, you defeat Ares, and for Kratos, he's like, all right, I've gotten what I need. I've gotten the justice that I feel I deserved. And Kratos is like, I have nothing else to live for. And he steps off a cliff. And that's where we get the Dream On meme.
Dream on,
Yeah,
dream
that one.
on.
Um, but the gods are just like, no, you're not allowed to die. We just lost the god of war. We need a new one. And so Kratos becomes the god of war. And that's like pretty much the long and the short of the first game. I enjoy the
The
mechanics. I
boss
think
fight I remember you fighting against Ares was ridiculous.
it was ridiculous because you end the fight with you get this giant sword, and it's you versus Ares, and it's like you've played this entire game with the blades of chaos, and now you have a sword, and you have to learn how to use this to fight him, and it's like, okay, this is really weird, but I guess this is what we're doing. And yeah, it's fine, but I mean, I really wish that they they didn't do it that way. But yeah, it's a pretty good one. I enjoy that game. I thought it was had some good mechanics. It was good enough for me after I got it. I was like, hey, I want to own this now, and so I just bought a physical copy for the PlayStation 2. So, but yeah, Kratos is now the God of War, and we're entering God of War 2 now. And I can't talk as much about the mechanics for this one because, like I said, I didn't really play it. I tried to play it on the PlayStation Network, and it wouldn't save the progress. So I played the first like quarter of the game, I think 3 times, and then I was like, I give up because in order to play through this game, I'd have to do it all in one go, and I did not want to do that. So I guess I'm just gonna talk about the story there. God of War 2, Kratos, he's doing pretty much exactly what Ares was doing, and the game starts with him attacking Athens. And it's like, whoa, that's, I can see him doing that because he's probably wasn't prepared to be the God of War, but yeah, there's that. Where did the character go? Oh, I was wondering why Enfys Nest was over there. It's because I didn't grab my character. I'm dumb. Um, but yeah, you do that, and the gods are just like, hey, we don't want you. We don't want you to do this. And so Athena zaps him with lightning, and he becomes small again. Because apparently he was big since the end of the first game.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it my turn?
Yep. Go ahead.
Alright, I'm gonna just hope that it's not. So. Here we go. Lethal. Greedo, finally. Alright, Greedo, I'm gonna kill you now. I have 3. During ground combat, each of my opponent's crits are just a hit. Alright, cool. 4, 5, 6. And where does he need to go? Ord Mantell. Nice, I'm right there. So
I'll roll
1,
Greedo
2,
for you.
3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, and he rolls 4. Ooh, here we go.
1.
1, nice. And luckily I healed earlier, so there's that, and I get to keep him.
Nice.
Okay, that is your turn.
Cool.
So yeah, God of War 2, Athena, she zaps him with lightning and he gets small and he's like, Athena, you conspire against me? Hey, it's you.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, it's
Uh-oh.
Chewbacca. I know where he is. But yeah, that ultimately happens, and what does she do? She throws that lightning into like this giant stone pillar, or not pillar, this stone statue. And that's the tutorial boss, is you fight this giant stone monstrosity. And it's pretty fun because you have all the powers of the first game, and as you're going through, a giant sword called the Sword of Olympus ends up, it like crashes from the heavens, and Zeus is just like, Kratos, I'm here to help. Wink, wink. Uh, you gotta drain all your power into that sword, and you can smite the giant statue. Do it, do it, definitely. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. And
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more.
yeah, Kratos is just like, I don't need your help, but thanks for the help. And he does that. He drains all of his power, he loses a lot of health, and then he defeats the giant statue, and he's like, I can't be beaten. But then the statue falls on him. And he's like, oh, I'm beaten. And he tries to get to the sword because the sword has all his power in it. But Zeus shows up, and he's like, nah, I
Your turn,
stab you.
friendo.
Alright, I move to Ord Mantell. Get my bounty. 9,002 fame. Coolio. And yeah, he stabs you, and he's just like, haha, this was my plan the whole time. I'm the best. And yeah, Kratos is just like, oh man, you got me.
Aw, man, you got me.
But he's in hell now. He's in the underworld. And he's like, what does he do? Oh yeah, Gaia shows up there. Gaia is one of the Titans, and she's like this giant wooden. I don't know if she's wooden or like made of dirt, but she's just a giant creature, and she's like
She's like the
Kratos.
mother of the Titans,
Kind
if
of,
I
yeah.
remember.
I think she's like the Titan of Earth. Like she helped to make Earth or something.
Yeah. She's the Titan of Earth, and she's no wait. Yeah, she's Kronos' mom. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. But she's like, Kratos, we Titans were imprisoned by. We were either imprisoned or killed or something by all the gods, and we hate them. So we're gonna help you. And it's pretty cool because, like, the first game, you're having blessings from the gods, and that's how you get your powers. But in this game, it's the Titans that are blessing you, and you get all your powers from the Titans, and it's like, cool. That's pretty awesome. Um, what does she do? After you roll a dice for a skill test, I can reroll a dice. Influence and knowledge versus strength. I'll keep strength for now. And then wait, doesn't she move? Yeah, move her to Takodana.
Okay, so there's an empty space. That works.
Cool. And that's my turn. But yeah, Gaia's like, we're gonna help you. So come on, you gotta get a move on. And he crawls his way out of the underworld, which is something that you can just apparently do. And yeah, he starts trying to. What is the point of that game? You're going to the Temple of the Fates so that you can
Huh?
subdue the Sisters of Fate. Because if you can subdue them and beat them, then you can gain control over time. And the idea is Kratos wants to
What?
he wants to go back to the moment that Zeus killed him, because that's when he's in a
Oh.
physical form and he's the most vulnerable. And that's kind of like the vast majority of the game. I'll be honest, these first three games, they're more fun because they're mechanically sound than they are based on story.
Oh, of course.
Uh, but yeah, I'm really sad that I couldn't play a whole lot of it because it sounds like it's just a direct improvement of the first game. But yeah, Kratos is like, I'm gonna get to these Sisters of Fate, and he gets there. Oh, you're getting a ship. Is that the slave one?
Yep.
Sorry, the fire spray. I'm
Oh, that's
sorry.
its class name. Oh, it's why?
It says slave one. I'm gonna call it slave one. Oh, it says fire spray on the.
That's
Ah,
its so they
okay.
call it it had that name before they started
So they
calling it
just don't
most.
give him. They just don't give him a name now. He just
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's sad.
That's dumb. That's really
I
dumb.
like I like its class name. I think it's cool that they gave it a class name like in
Yeah,
Legends,
definitely.
but it's always going to be Slave 1.
Oh yeah. Um. So yeah, in God of War 2,
Oh
you're
yeah,
doing
and all the
that, and
demos.
you get to the Sisters of Fate, and you subdue two of them, and the third one is just this giant Chungus lady who lives in a room and like is lived in around a contraption that is just designed to kill her. It's really stupid because
Okay.
the whole thing is like you gotta kill her by pulling the levers that will stab her. For some reason, yeah, that's just how it is, and that's how it works. And when you kill her, you can control time. Now, here's a big question, Kyle. So I guess I'll let you figure out what's going on with Chopper first.
I can't get him, so that's okay.
Aw. Kratos has control over time at this point in the game. He can go to any point that he wants. Where do you think he'd go?
Back in time to save his wife and child?
Exactly. But no. He goes back
He's
in
going to go
time to
kill
kill
Zeus.
Zeus. Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. Apparently the reasoning is because the writer said that Kratos was too angry to remember his wife and kid.
I
So
mean, I have been really angry to the point where I forget like basic things,
mm-hmm.
but so I can slightly understand, but also
It's really silly. You
I'm
know,
gonna go kill the guy who killed me instead of saving my wife and kids.
yep, that's pretty much it. You know what? I've got a higher chance of it being these two, so I'm just gonna hope it's not that guy.
Okay.
Because I can make it to the maelstrom and then do the maelstrom thing. Alright, find an area of space. It's surprisingly calm, but I'm afraid. Test piloting or knowledge. Oh no.
Oh no.
I don't have either of those. Wait, but I can re-roll, right? I can turn a focus into a crit. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, you can. That's your ability. I haven't really been using
I
mine.
didn't get it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, what does that say? I don't take damage, but just take an additional turn if I pass. I didn't pass, so I guess I'm just in the maelstrom, and next turn I can move.
I guess so.
All right, we'll do that. So yeah, Kratos, he goes, he tries to kill Zeus, and he almost does. Well, the idea being that if he has the blade of Olympus, he can just stab Zeus. That's the idea. But in the fight, you stab him through the chest like 6 times. And yeah, for some reason those stabs didn't kill him, but Kratos is about to do it, and Athena jumps in the way, and he's like, "Oh, I accidentally stabbed Athena." It's like, "Aw." And Athena, what does she say? She says something like, "Kratos, don't kill Zeus, because if you kill Zeus, like none of the gods want you to kill Zeus, because if you kill him, then Olympus falls and the world falls." And Kratos hears none of the gods want you to kill Zeus, so he's like, if every god like is siding with Zeus, then every god needs to die.
Die.
So yeah, he goes back to before the Titans were imprisoned, and he grabs as many Titans as he can and brings them back to the modern day. And the end of the second game
Okay,
is
your turn.
okay. The end of the second game is Kratos leading an army of Titans to siege Mount Olympus, which is being defended by an army of gods. And it's just like, man, that's a as silly as the story gets, like that's a really cool ending to a game.
That
Oh,
is a
I'm
cool
so
ending.
glad I'm so glad I went this way. All right, Saw Gerrera, he is 6. And I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus K2SO. I have to deliver him to Lethal, which is right there. All right, cool. 6 versus 6. Okay. I hit 3. You want to roll 6 for me? Wait.
Yeah,
Actually,
who did I
wait,
roll
wait, wait, wait,
for?
wait, wait, wait. During a
Oh,
combat
sorry.
or skill test. So I actually got 5 because.
I
Oh
like how
no,
you're
1.
killing the
I got
man who
4.
raised you.
I got 4. Yeah, he's a chump. And I can cancel that out. So he dealt 2 damage, which means I'm down to 1 health, but I got him and I cannot eliminate him. That's what that says? I cannot eliminate him.
Yep, you can't kill him. You've just stunned him.
Which means that I have to take him to Lethal, which is perfectly fine because I need an Imperial reputation. So we just finished God of War 2.
Mm-hmm.
God of War 3 starts with. That's the end of my turn, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, they're sieging Mount Olympus, and the whole game is like. So if God of War 1 had decent mechanics and God of War 2 was an improvement, the third game is like taking the best out of it all, right? It's almost like perfecting the formula. It's a really, really fun fight. It's a really fun game with just so many cool fights. It's got oh, what's the name? Mr. Krabs' voice actor.
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown. Yeah, we just saw him in John Wick 4. He's in this and he plays Hades.
Oh, no way. That's great.
It's so cool. And that's a really fun fight too.
Money.
Except in that one he's more like souls.
Sponge boy, Kratos boy me bring me more souls.
Yep. Um But that game, they kind of retcon what happened in the first game because they actually bring Pandora into the story.
Oh wow.
The idea is like she is. I don't remember exactly what it is. They need to get Pandora to Pandora's box to open it because yes, when Pandora's box was made, Zeus put all of the bad things in it, but then Athena secretly put all of the good things in it too. I don't know what that means, but yeah, that's the case. Like, oh yeah, when Pandora's box was opened and all the bad things got released, that struck fear into Zeus's heart because fear is bad. And Zeus, because he was afraid of Kratos, that's why he struck at Kratos and Kratos fought back. And like the idea being the opening of the box was the reason why this whole conflict started.
Pandora's box, which holds all the evils of man or something, or all the evils of the world and all the
Mm-hmm.
chaos of the world or something like that. If I remember correctly.
But for Pandora, if she opens it, she can release all of the hope into the world.
Wait a minute, that's not how it works.
It's weird, yeah. They really hammer in this message of hope, and I thought it was like a little overt, but some people think it's like really like just too much, like frustratingly, like yeah. They do say hope a lot in
Five.
that game, so
I've got 1, 2. I'm gonna pay
what are you
2.
doing?
Hang on. I'm going after Zaitamaj.
Oh, okay,
I'm paying 2, so I have 2. So I have 4 against 5, and then I have the bike and the jetpack.
gotcha. Okay,
Oh shoot, that's 2. Hang on. Oh, that's 2 crits too.
dude, that's awesome.
3, 4. There we go. I'm never getting that again.
I don't think
Oh
I've
my
ever
gosh!
gotten.
Grr! Okay, 1, 2. Go ahead. 5.
Oh, five. Okay. So yeah, pretty much throughout that game, because it's like the gods versus the Titans versus Kratos. Um, that's kind of just what happens. Like you kill so much of the Greek pantheon. You kill a couple Titans, but the idea being like no one survives but Kratos, sort of thing. Um, and yeah, I know I referenced it in the Clone Boys episode where Kratos like lets go of Pandora to attack Zeus. It's a pretty funny moment, but I really like that character moment. The idea that his rage is just so great that he he can't even recognize that his rage is going to just destroy everything. There's even a moment where you're fighting Gaia, and it's like Gaia versus Zeus versus Kratos, and they end up inside the heart of Gaia, and Kratos stabs Zeus. But no, he stabs Gaia by stabbing through Zeus. As like
Whoa.
Kratos' rage is so great that it's killing the earth.
Yikes.
That's like a very, very interesting thing. Is it my turn?
Yep, go ahead.
Alright, back to the maelstrom. Oh, what happened? Oh, alright.
Well, now
Get a
you
little
just
too
get to leave
close
it.
to the gravity rift.
Now
I
you
gotta
just get
throw.
to leave it, buddy.
What?
If you end your turn in the maelstrom, you can move out of it and go away.
Oh, okay.
So you don't need to flip a card.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you should just be able to pilot out of here. You're just stuck in there for a turn.
I thought the idea was like you interact with the maelstrom because you could just take a second turn. Yeah, test piloting. If I pass, take an additional
Okay.
turn.
Okay, go ahead then. Go
All
ahead
right,
then.
yeah. All right, so test piloting. I need a crit. Here we go. Nope. All right. And then what is this?
Take an addition. Move 1 space.
I
Move
lose
1
a
space and
mod.
discard a mod.
I don't have a mod, so I only lose one. I only move one space. I don't even take damage. Nice.
Oh, nice. That's sweet.
Yeah. I had a game where I was trying to get through the maelstrom, and I ended up. I don't think we understood how the maelstrom worked because I. Oh no! I had to interact with the maelstrom in a way that I pass through it without taking damage.
Ah,
Or I have to pass the maelstrom sort of thing and take an additional turn. And it
okay.
happened like 8 times over. I just kept on losing, even though I had piloting. It was so annoying. Well,
I'm gonna flip another card. Hang on.
okay.
Whoa.
So yes, God of War 3, you kill kind of everything, and then you eventually even kill Zeus. It's also revealed that Zeus is your father. I think that's revealed in the second one.
Spooky. I'm your papa.
Yeah, because Zeus is like everyone's dad, so.
That's true. He's screwed way too many women.
Oh,
Uh oh.
speaking of, you can just kind of have sex in the game. Oh,
What?
Boba Fett. Yeah, there are interactable sex games, like mini games in it.
Oh.
And they don't show anything. Well, they
Oh.
do, but they don't show the actual sex. It's
Oh,
like
don't do that.
it's like quick time events, and the only thing that's like good about them is the first time you do them, you get like bonus stuff to upgrade your weapons.
Oh shoot.
But it's like, oh jeez.
Oh shoot.
Oh no. I just realized, yeah, you have negative hunt
Hey.
reputation, don't you?
Hey. Hey.
Do you need a favor?
No, I'm fine. I got this.
You have two?
I can do this. I have a bike, a jetpack, and a dream. I killed IG-88. I can kill Boba Fett.
Okay.
Just gotta hit him in the jetpack.
Did you only
with a
deal
boat
one?
paddle. Huh?
Did you only deal one?
Only got one. Roll 5. I can do this. I have my stuff.
This is a little scary. 4.
Okay. Cancel that.
Then you have to reroll those.
And then with the bike, I can reroll these. Okay, eat crap, Boba. I got no wait. I didn't
crit.
shoot.
So you take 2 damage and you lose.
Okay, well, at least he didn't kill me. He just got 2 shots off at me.
Yeah, that's good.
I ride out of there on my bike like a coward.
Oh, Kyle. You got the Rebel Patrol there.
I know.
Alright, so I guess well, no, I have to move. Alright, so now I'm just going to interact with the patrol. She's a player who has negative reputation with rebels. Do you have negative rebel reputation?
No, they like me.
Oh, okay, then that's nothing. Alright.
They're the only people who actually like me in this galaxy at the moment.
It just happened. Somehow they clipped through the board.
Oh no.
Alright, that's fine.
Okay.
So, yeah, God of War 3, you kill Zeus, and the game sort of ends with Athena, who's like been a ghost following you this whole time. She wants, because the Pandora's box got opened, and she's like, "Where is all the hope? It's in you, isn't it, Kratos? You must have taken it,
was
right?"
in you the whole time.
It's literally the thing, and Kratos is just like, because Athena's like, "Give it to me. I need the hope so that I can rebuild the world." Because, by the way, every time you kill a god in that game, the world suffers even more. Like, you kill Poseidon, and just tsunamis rage all over the world. You kill Helios, and the sun goes away.
5. I missed.
Oh, no. But yeah, the world is suffering. The world's basically just in desolation. How?
Okay, cancel that, and then everyone in this galaxy is a crap
Oh
shot.
my gosh.
Crap shot. Eat crap.
This is
Afra.
the weirdest. Honestly, this is the weirdest way for you to win combats. You only have 2 attack, but between these two, that's so helpful.
I just convinced her to give up. There we go.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, Kratos, Athena, she wants the hope of the world, and Kratos is like, nah, I'm gonna stab myself and kill myself. And Athena's just like, no, why'd you do that? But Kratos, I guess he survived. But yeah, that's sort of the end of the 3rd game. I'm gonna take my turn before I start on the 4th game, because that's like the main event, and we're 45 minutes into this.
The main event.
Here I am, right here.
I can talk more to the 4th game because I've actually seen playthroughs of the fourth game, so I know what happens.
All right, so
15. And I know what
15.
stuff is in the fourth game. I haven't seen everything, but
yeah,
and obviously I haven't
I
played it, so I
mainly
can't
want
talk
to,
to
yeah,
all of
I
it.
mainly want to talk about the fourth game, and that was supposed to just be preamble to explain, like, this is what gets you where you need to go, or
Right.
this is what gets you to that point. So there's Saw's done. Oop. Okay, what else? I guess I should get a new ship. I got nearly 40,000 credits. I'm gonna get this guy, the freighter.
Oh no.
Why this guy? This one? No. This one? Yes. Okay, and what is the thing? Deliver to illegal cargo. Alright, cool. And then what is this? Oh, Imperial Planet stuff. Well, I haven't done the thing, so Imperial Planet right now. Test stealth. Boom. I turned that into a crit, so I pass, and I put a damage on him. Have 2 damage on Imperial Planets to gain 1 fame and flip the card. Alright. So there's 1. And then I gotta go to Naboo. I think it is. Yeah, Naboo. Alright, cool. Your turn now. So, yes, there's all the preamble. Let's get started with the main event. I'm gonna start with the world building, just because, we're not in Sparta anymore, right? Like, I don't know how much time passes between 3 and 4, but, I'm gonna guess it's, a decent chunk. It has to, at the very least, like, the very least amount of time it could be is, like, 20 years, because, Kratos has a kid and a wife. But I'm gonna say it's a lot more than that. I've heard upwards of 1,000 years, but I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna say it's like, yeah, somewhere around like 100 years, because he's a god, but also like, yeah. But yeah, we're not in Sparta anymore. We're in the Norse pantheon, the
Ooh.
Nordic lands.
You have $38,000?
No, sorry, I forgot to get rid of 20,000.
Oh
No,
my
I
god!
just bought a ship.
Woo!
Sorry for scaring you.
You're good. What'd you get?
I got
Oh,
the freighter.
got the cool looking freighter. Okay.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do now?
So yeah, so as you've already, seen, as you, Kyle, and also you, audience, have already seen from my discussion on Star Wars, I like me world building. I like me things that make sense. So you might be questioning what my thoughts are on the fact that we're not in Sparta and like how that works. My response is, that's a neat question. Now shut up and enjoy the story. And I've got a reason for that. It's because they kind of allude to the idea of the like where these pantheons are,
That's
because
the first time I've ever heard Ryan say that. Shut up and listen to the story.
yeah, right, like I don't like saying stuff
You're
like that, but
usually
I've got a reason for
okay.
that. So yeah, in the game there's Tyr. He's the god of war of the Nordic gods. And they don't really say anything. I know he's alive in Ragnarok, but he's for all intents and purposes dead in the fourth game. And he sort of went around like scouting the lands and meeting people, because he's kind of the opposite of Kratos. He's a god of war, but he tries to keep things peaceful. And something that he does is he goes and he meets like as many people as he can, and he actually meets other pantheons. He finds the Egyptian pantheon, the Greek, and the Mayan. So nice setup for them to explore different gods, but
Definitely.
yeah, the reason why I really don't want them to explain it that much is because they made it look like in the shrine that you see, they make it look like Tyr just went in a direction, and eventually he exited the Greek gods and he found the Egyptians. And that's like, man, if that's the case, then like, why don't the gods know about each other? That they should, because like, if you could just get in a boat and sail into Greek times, that sounds dumb.
Yeah.
So
Your turn.
okay, where am I? I'm here. So yeah, I've headcanoned my own explanation, which is I hate the idea of headcanon. I'd rather just deal with the canon. But my explanation is that we have the nine realms, and the nine realms have All right, move it directly to the other port world space. No illegal cargo. All right, cool. I guess that's my turn. So yeah, all of the nine realms, they exist not in the same land as each other, right? Kyle, you know that there's the Lake of Nine, and then there's Tyr's Temple, and you can use the temple to access the World Tree, which will
Yep.
take you to the different realms.
Yes.
Basically confirming multiverse theory. So why don't they just make each religion, like each realm, right? Every explanation for the pantheon of gods, their own realms. I mean, it doesn't explain why Kratos made it here, but I feel like that makes a lot more sense than Kratos got in a boat and he eventually made it to the Norse world.
I'm gonna be in a pod race.
You could be in a pod race? Wow. Oh, you have a secret. I didn't even know. Oh, Sabak.
Sorry, was I supposed to respond to something?
No, no, no. I was basically explaining I was explaining that I think it makes a lot more sense for the Greek worlds to be in their own like separate universe
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
that somehow Kratos traveled to instead of he just got on a boat and he sailed to the Nordic lands.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. That's sort of my idea. Honestly, I whatever explanation, I just hope that it's a good explanation, but for now, I'd rather opt for no explanation to something because, like, even if there's a problem, like, we've got a lot of really good stuff here, and I'd rather there not be a problem and just it be unexplained than them to explain it and there to be a massive problem.
Right.
Yeah. Is it my turn then?
Yes, it is your turn.
Okie
No, wait,
dokie.
it's not.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna flip.
So
Let's
yeah,
mark it.
that's sort of my idea. But even if there is a absolute destruction of world building, right? We've seen with Star Wars, like you can still make good stuff even if your world building's terrible. Not that Star Wars world building is, but like there are massive problems with it.
Now it's your turn.
Okay.
I find it legitimately interesting because it's like you're taking someone who was originally from like something that was entirely based around Greek stuff and throwing them into something that's completely different. I find that interesting. I think that's a cool
Yeah, I think like
idea.
just starting in at the
And I
start of
don't
the
like to
game, it was like,
break my
whoa, we're
brain.
here.
Right. I don't like to break my brain thinking about how that and does not work.
Mm-hmm.
But I just find it interesting and I think it opens because I know they want to continue the franchise because it's done so well.
Mm-hmm.
And they've done really well making stories. I would like to see how that franchise goes forward, like what they're gonna do, and
I really want to see that. Like, I want to see Kratos versus Egyptian gods.
that would be cool. Because I don't know much about Egyptian stuff. I know some,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like it's just a completely different atmosphere. It's like completely different stuff. It would be interesting.
Yeah. Well, here, I'll have to move this way so they're not on top. And then I get to flip a contact. I guess we're only flipping you, Lobot. Okay. Then I'm going to... Why do I have 2,000 right there? What the heck? I'm going to test stealth again. Come on, focus or crit. Neither. So I guess I'm hanging out here because I gotta heal up anyways. Um,
Okay.
But yeah, that's sort of the idea that the game deals with. Do I know that? I'm just gonna skip because I wrote a lot about all the characters and what I like about them all, but I'm just gonna skip down to Kratos because for Kratos, I legit just go through the whole story again. Um,
Joined into the
so
pod rate.
if I
Shoot,
just
I
skip
got.
down to Kratos, then I've got the story right here.
That's not what I wanted.
So we got this lady Kratos. He gets to Kratos
Kratos is
gets to
not a lady.
I was gonna talk about Faye, but then I realized I needed to talk about Kratos first. He
He's
gets
got a
to
beard.
yes, he gets to the Nordic lands and he settles down in this cabin. He finds a lady friend named Faye, and he's just like, "Hey, you, me, baby," and they have a kid named Atreus. Um, the game starts with Faye being dead. Um, and her passing heavily informs Kratos's like his parental status has shifted dramatically, right? He's like the game just starts and it's just like, okay, we're cutting down a tree, and it's like this tree is going to be used. It's like the final tree to build the funeral pyre that we're going to burn Kratos' wife on. And it's like, whoa, we're already getting really serious, and then you see Atreus like praying to his to like the gods to get provide his mom safe passage to Asgard or something. And it's just like, oh man, I don't know anything about what's happening other than who Kratos was, and now I'm just like, man, this is already like intense. But yeah, that's sort of
Start.
where that starts. What did you do?
So here's what I've done so far.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
you're doing the thing.
Pod race. Yeah. So I had to find a pod racer, which I did. I had to test tactics for the map, and I got to place a goal. I got to convince some Tuscan Raiders to shoot some people for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and now I'm in the race.
You're in the race. All right, testing
So I have to
piloting
test
three
piloting 3
times.
times.
Jeez.
I have piloting twice because I have Han and I have Hera.
Uh huh.
So test piloting 3 times. For each test you pass, place 1 gold token. Your character suffers 2 damage for each test you fail. If
Wow.
you're not defeated, complete the job. Okay, so you can keep talking. I'm gonna race.
Yeah. So yeah. I just find it interesting how we start the game and suddenly it's just like, okay, Kratos now has to deal with being a much more like being a dad, which I do not I do not see Kratos as a father, right? I see him as just like this really
Yeah,
awesome dude that kills a bunch of he just wrecks things up. So like putting him into that role of he's a dad and now he has to like really show his kid how to live. It's like wow, we're getting serious. Um but it gets even more serious because you recognize like in order for Kratos to properly raise his son, he has to reconcile with his own past. So for a good portion of the start of the game, Kratos he's having just massive difficulty even implementing Atreus into combat, right? Something like that, which it's cool because I think that's a good choice because of the nature of the combat. Because like Kratos, you're playing as Kratos, but you can press buttons to have Atreus like do stuff. You're not defeated, right?
nope, I survived.
So you did it. Nice.
I gained 2 fame and I got 15,000 for winning the race.
Awesome. So yeah, he's. I like that the mechanics have Atreus kind of being this. It's like you're. How do I explain it? You're fighting as Kratos, but you're also kind of controlling Atreus. Atreus will give call outs, but he'll also shoot
Your turn.
arrows, and you can have him shoot arrows at the enemies to stun them. It's interesting. Where am I? I'm here. Just gonna heal all damage. Boom. Actually, no, I'm gonna heal. And I'm just gonna immediately, I'm gonna look for this. Lando. Nah. Alright, I'm just gonna test stealth again. Nope. Okay, I guess I'm stuck here again. Um, so yeah, for Kratos, he's like having difficulty connecting with his son and teaching him how to do things, and his son is just like, "Dad, you don't care about me," right? Sort of thing. It's like you're having struggles. It reminds me of The Last of Us, how it's like you got the lone wolf and then the little cub sort of dynamic,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's just you gotta push them together and they gotta interact and they become the best of friends, sort of thing. For The Last of Us, but for this, I guess it's both. Like you're taking on this parental role.
That
Um,
you weren't used to, that you weren't really prepared
mhm,
for.
yeah. So I guess in terms of Kratos' relationship to Atreus, just to spell things out, he's really struggling to show any sort of positive emotion to his son. Um, yeah, he says stuff. He's Let me see. The most positive thing that Kratos says to Atreus is at the end of the game, and this is an optional thing, right? So there's these realm tears that you can get like a bunch of stuff from, but if you close all of the realm tears and you get all of the rewards, Kratos will just be like, "That was well fought. You should pride yourself in your accomplishment. This was no easy task." And that's like the nicest thing that Kratos ever says to his son. Um, but yeah, he's fairly distant to Atreus, but yeah, things sort of change as you go through the game because um you start going to things. I forgot to mention the whole point of the game is like the whole purpose, the thing that you're doing is Faye was burned. You take her ashes and put it in a pouch, and you're just fulfilling her last request, which is to have her ashes scattered across the highest point in all of the nine realms. And that's like the whole game. Um,
Brian, where are you on this map?
I'm at Naboo.
Oh, okay. Did you just take your turn, or?
Um, unless you took another turn, then
Uh,
I did.
no, I finished the pod race.
All right, then yeah, I did my turn. It was very quick. I recovered health. I tried to find another bounty, and then when that didn't work, I failed my test of stealth.
Okay, well, I think I'm gonna win the game now.
What? How did you? I was not paying attention at all.
Well, you were talking. I got all my stuff.
Okay.
So action, gain card number 97.
Okay.
Here it is. I believe it's the bounty for Bib Fortuna. It is. And he is on Tatooine, which is where I am. I'm gonna try to get him.
Okay.
I'm gonna take him alive. Or maybe I'll kill him. I don't know.
Well, either way, you win.
Either way I win. Just what morally do I want to do?
Kill him.
I'm gonna pay
Kill your
2,000.
own kind.
Well, the Huts hate me, and I don't really like the Huts. I have him, so I have 4. I have 4. I have my bike and my jetpack and a dream
Oh, you have 4.
because I have Black Chrysanthemum. I
Uh,
pay him 2,000 to help.
okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
3
1, 2,
damage.
3, and
Nice.
then he's 7.
Okay. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Okay.
Only
Oh,
2, so you don't even have to. You just
I'm
win.
going to.
It's a crit.
It's okay.
Okay, you still win.
I still got him. That's
Nice,
okay.
good job. Good game.
Good game.
We want to
Good
swap
game,
over to
sir.
Uno because it's less thinking.
Sure.
All right, I'll start doing that.
Good game.
We'll just do one of those. All right. Well, I guess they'll have a black
Yeah,
screen for a second.
you had the stinking hard quest.
That was a difficult one. I just had to get 4 positive reputations. I almost got 3 of them.
I am updating Uno.
Oh,
Um,
so am I. All right. Well, I guess while that updates, I'll just
we'll
continue.
just talk. We'll just keep talking.
Well, hopefully my Wi-Fi doesn't kill itself like it literally is right now. Well, I guess I'll keep talking because I got the Wi-Fi for it. You think that, let me see, you're heading to the highest point in the Nine Realms to spread the ashes, to scatter her ashes, and you think that it's this mountain that that's in Midgard. So you're heading there, and what do? They instead they're about to get up, but there's like this weird cloud, this like just ash cloud there, and they're just like, we can't get through here. And this witch in the woods, who is later turned out to be Freya, is like, wait, no, the way that you get through is
There's a
with
Norse
the light
text.
of, yeah, she's like, she's like Hera, for the Norse pantheon. She's like the Odin's wife sort of thing. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, she's like, well, to step into the light of Alfheim, which is another of the Nine Realms. And so you head to Alfheim, and Hera, not Hera, oh man, Freya, she can't go, so you're stuck there um with Atreus, and you have to step into the light. And it's like, oh man, we're stepping into the light now. For Kratos, when he steps in, he what does he do? He gets this vision of not really of Faye, his wife, but of Atreus talking to Faye, and he's talking about Kratos, and he's just like, "Father's never around. I don't. I think that he despises me. Like he's not. He doesn't seem to care. Um, and without you here, it's going to be really difficult for me to really, connect with him. I don't think that we're going to. I think we're going to grow up resenting each other, sort of thing." And yeah, that's happening, and Kratos is hearing all of this as he's trying to get to Faye, and he's about to cross the bridge to get to her when Atreus pulls him out of the light, and he's back in Alfheim. He's like, "Why did you do that?" And turns out he was gone for a really long time. It wasn't like the seconds that he thought he was gone. Um, but yeah, that's sort of informing how Kratos sees, or how Atreus sees his father and what's happening there, right? And so yeah, you get out of Alfheim after that, and you head to the mountain again, and you get to the top of the mountain, and you find this guy that's trapped in a tree that's being talked to by these other two guys, and I forgot to mention Balder. I forgot to talk about Balder. Balder's this stranger that visits you, and he sort of sets your journey off in motion because he attacks Kratos, and he's just like, "I'm after you for some reason. You don't get to know that yet." Um, but you find Balder. He's with these two guys called Magni and Modi. They are the sons of Thor, and Balder is the
Sons
brother
of
of Thor.
Thor.
And they're talking to this guy named Mimir. Mimir is this like all-knowing dude. He knows a whole lot. That's what all-knowing means. Um, but yeah, he knows a lot, and they're just like, where's the guy and his boy? And Mimir's just like, I don't know. Um,
No
but
all.
yeah, no. And yeah, they leave, and they're just like, don't make us torture you, but we're gonna leave now. And Kratos and Atreus, they show up, and they're just like, who are you? And Mimir, he introduces himself. He's like, Zeus traps me up here eternally to be tortured. And
Almost like very similar to what was his name? Oh,
Prometheus,
Prometheus.
yeah. That was actually the vibes that I was getting from that, because you in God of War 2, it's either 2 or 3, you get a you see Prometheus, and he's being
Yeah.
tortured, and you literally just he all he asks is to be killed. Um, but this Mimir, he's like, "Hey, take me to the witch in the woods because she can you chop my head off and take me to the witch, and she'll reanimate my head." And so that's what you do. You chop his head off, and she reanimates the head, and now Mimir, he's tagging along. You just carrying him on your side. And Mimir, not only does he have a narrative purpose for being there, but he has a mechanical purpose. When you're fighting from here on out, he'll give you call outs. He'll say, like, there's a person to your left or something. Or if you're low on health, he's like not looking too good back here. And it's like, oh man, that's really cool that you made that very natural, but like he's there and he tells a lot of stories whenever you spend like a quarter of the game in a boat just rowing from location to location, and Mimir will just tell the stories about different gods, different giants, all of the stuff that you're interacting
Which I
with.
think is a cool way to get lore across.
Oh, it's so cool. Like just sitting there and listening to Mimir. I could listen to Mimir for hours, right? I just want to pull up a compilation and just hear his stories. I think my favorite one, which this came as a total shock to me because if you if you beach your boat before Mimir has finished the story, then you'll just cut that off and it'll restart the story the next time you get in the boat. Which is a cool way of them trying to make sure you get this information. But
Mhm.
yeah, there was one time where I beached a boat like immediately after getting on it, and the game thought I was gonna start a story, but then Kratos is just like, enough talking, now is the time for action. Um,
Yeah, he's just like, shut up, time to go.
Pretty much, yeah. But I wasn't expecting this because I wasn't expecting this to be a part of the actual thing because I beached my boat at just the right time. They were talking about one of the giants or someone getting just obliterated by Odin. And I don't remember what the story was, but I know it ended with Mimir being like, "Yes, this is very grim, and it's probably it's probably best for us to just take a moment and just reflect." And you just wait like 10 seconds, and he's like, and Curtis is like, "Reflect longer." He just doesn't. He's just like,
Yes.
"No, you're gonna reflect more," because he doesn't want to talk. But I beached my boat right as Mimir started talking again, and so I thought that they were making it a joke that it would just stay silent until you beach the boat and Mimir tries to talk. Because I beached the boat immediately when Mimir started talking. I sat back and just laughed for like 5 minutes after that. Um, so yes, you get Mimir and he's pretty fun. You have to find in order to travel because Mimir, before you chop his head off, he explains to you that this summit of the mountain you're on is not where you can scatter the ashes because it's not the highest point in the nine realms. It's actually in this realm called Jotunheim. And Jotunheim,
That's like where all the frost giants are.
yeah, except in this they're just called giants.
Right, they're just giants.
I know most of my Norse lore from the MCU, but yeah, I learned a
Yeah.
lot from this. So yeah, you Mimir explains that to you, and he's just like, you need to go to this giant that's in this area and collect a thing from a thing so that you can put that in Tyr's temple and you can use it to access Jotunheim. Weird, really weird. It's a fetch quest, so I just accepted it. Um, and when you go to do that, you run into Magni and Modi again because they're trying to find you, and you fight them, and you end up killing Magni. And I mean, Modi just retreats. He's like, "Ah, oh, you killed my brother. What the heck?" And
Uh,
yeah, it's just like, "Oh crap, we just killed one of the sons of Thor." So Kratos is just like, "Look, we just gotta focus on what we're doing. We need to get out of here. Like, we need to lay low." Um, but as they get back to Tyr's temple, and because they got the thing, they're about to open something up. I don't remember exactly what happens. I just know that they're getting to the thing, they're getting to this bowl, and Atreus has to write a word, and that'll get them to where they need to go. That'll get him into Tyr's temple, I believe. But as he's about to write the word, Modi shows up again, and he tries to kill Kratos and Thor, or Kratos and Atreus. Um, and Atreus, he's like, he's really mad, and it looks like he's about to enter Spartan Rage. That's a whole mechanic in the games. You get Spartan Rage, and it just makes you much more powerful, and you can just wreck things. Now, this game, I love the way they introduce Spartan Rage because it's first introduced when Balder is like, "Who do you have hiding in your house? I'm gonna go and just maybe he'll tell me what I need to do." And that's what makes Kratos so angry that he enters Spartan Rage to beat the ever living crap out of Balder.
Yes.
And it's just like, dude, that's a really cool narrative reason for him to have rage here. But there's a reason for Atreus to enter Spartan Rage. And he tries, and then he just kind of falls over because he doesn't know that
He's
he's a
little.
god. Yeah, he's like freaking out, and it, yeah, he just kind of falls over, and Modi's just like, "Aw, I think I broke him." And yeah, you beat up Modi, he runs away, and then you have to deal with a sick Atreus. Because there's this idea that Atreus has been sick, and I mean, obviously, with a Spartan father, the idea of a sick child is just like, I just think that I imagine that the Spartans would just kill their sick kids because it's a sign of weakness, sort of thing. So I'm sure in Atreus's eyes, he's just like, no, I can't be weak. I can't show weakness in front of father. Like I'm not sick. I can't be sick, right? So yeah, he's in reality he's dying, um, and yeah, it's like, oh no, that's not good. So Kratos brings Atreus to the witch in the woods, who at this point now they know that this is Freya, and yeah, he's got to account for this sickness in Atreus by retrieving an object in Helheim, and I love the way that Freya introduces it. She calls it the realm of the dead, and she's like, "Do you know of it?" And Kratos is just like, "Not this one." Because yeah, he knows of the underworld, but this is his first time interacting with the Nordic hell, right? And I just really like that as a line. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to update Uno. That's why my Wi-Fi's dying. I don't know. Am I dying on your end, Kyle?
I no, I hear you just fine.
Okay, because yeah, it says I'm in the red and it says I've got 20 minutes for Uno, but hopefully that'll go faster.
Okay.
Well,
Oh,
it
okay. So
shot
here,
down
I'm
to
just gonna get out
15
of Uno if you're
minutes.
not in yet.
It just shot down to
I'm
15
gonna
minutes,
turn
so
Uno
maybe
off
it'll
so
go
it doesn't
faster.
destroy my computer.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let me see if I have anything else running it. I have things running in the background. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man.
Yeah, that just shot it down a little bit, but hopefully that'll update faster. Um, but yeah, Freya, she's like, well, Helheim, you've got this Leviathan axe. That's your primary weapon in this game because you don't have the Blades of Chaos. Or do you? Um,
Or do
she
you?
she's just like, you have to find a weapon that, what is it, Helheim, it's so cold there that a flame can't be produced, and the creatures there are very powerful. Like, your axe won't cut it. And so Kratos is just like, I know what will. And so he heads back home, and this is probably my favorite part in the game, other than maybe the ending. Because he heads back home, and it's just so quiet. And, like, there's a storm everywhere, but it's just so quiet for Kratos because he knows what he's about to do. Um, there's even a moment where you see Athena, and Kratos is just like, "Get out of my head," sort of thing, because he already
Oh,
knows that.
I remember seeing that scene.
Yeah, yeah. And the way that Athena shows up, that's
That
how
was such
she
a cool
showed up
scene.
in God of War 3. Um, but yeah, he gets to he gets back home, he fights some creatures, and you have to fight him with his fists because his axe just won't. The creatures are too cold. His axe won't work, and he has to just beat him with his fists. It's pretty cool, but he gets into his house and he has to get to his blades of chaos that he had stored away. Um, and I think what I love about that, oh yeah, when he's talking to Freya, he I wrote down the lines. He says, "I must dig up a past I swore would stay buried." And her response is just perfect. She said, "Who you were does not matter. This boy is not your past, he's your son, and he needs his father." And that's just, I think that's exactly what Kratos has to come to terms with to save that which he loves. And mm, man, I just love that. But yeah, the concept of using the blade specifically is just a perfect way of connecting the old with the new. Because of all the weapons that you use in God of War 1 through 3, the developers found a way of implementing the most iconic one, the blades. And not only do the mechanics carry over super well from the old games into the new ones, but narratively, it's just perfect because these blades, they were tied to chains burned into his arms, and it's meant to be an eternal reminder of the servitude that Kratos has towards Ares. Like, they are a curse made for Kratos. Like, he killed his wife and kid with these blades. And as the games progress, the various, there's the Blades of Chaos, the Blades of Athena, a couple others, I don't remember them all. But they're meant to symbolize like his rage and just the decimation that ultimately is a result because of his rage. I really like how they use these. But now, like, this cursed past is something that Kratos has to revisit because the curse of his former life is the only thing that can save his son. Right? I just think that's so cool because like Atreus is basically Kratos' life right now. So he has to reconcile with his past to save his future. And yeah, it's just ooh, I think that's so cool having a character moment like that. It just hits a really hard. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, it's tied with the Athena cameo. Um, because yeah, she shows up again, and it's just got possibly the best interaction between the it has possibly the best interaction between characters in this game, because Athena is just like, you can pretend to be whatever you want. You can pretend to be a father, or she says a teacher, a husband, a father, but you'll never I don't know where the I thought I wrote this down, but she's like, you'll never be able to escape what you really are. You are a monster. And Kratos is just like, I know, but I'm your monster no longer. And it's just like, oh man, just if if you don't want to play the games, definitely watch some of the cutscenes because like, man, the way that the scenes are framed, like the way they're shot, it's beautiful. The dialogue is amazing, and yeah, the music. Also, just listen to the music. The music is phenomenal. But yeah, the scene it symbolizes Kratos becoming the monster he swore to never again be, all in favor of saving the life that keeps the monster at bay. That's like that's really cool. Um, so yeah, Kratos retrieves what he needs from Helheim. It's like the heart of this creature that's like it's like judging the souls as they pass through, or like helping lead them to the Helheim or whatever. yeah, he retrieves the heart from it, and he sees Zeus in the sky. Um, and Mimir's with him this whole time. When he's heading to Helheim, he's just like, is there anything that you want to say to me? Like, I'm all ears. I'm here for you, and I'm not going to judge you. And then, Kratos obviously doesn't respond, and Mimir's just like, that's fair enough. But, I guessed that you were Greek, right? And Athena, that was a dead giveaway. I liked that line. But, yeah, in Helheim, Kratos sees Zeus in the sky, and he finds out that Zeus is his father, and he begins to work things out, but he also explains to Kratos, like, never go that far into Helheim, because you might never return. Um, and he explains that Zeus isn't actually there. He's a manifestation of the worst things in Kratos' life, and that's like the way Helheim tortures its inhabitants. And yeah, that's sort of that. But as you move on, Mimir, he works out who Kratos is, and he just spells it out. He's like, I'm dangling from the hip of the bloody ghost of Sparta. I'm terrible with the accents, but yeah, I'm gonna cut the accents and just uh say what he says, because I can't really say it better than his quote. He basically says, Atreus has to know. He'll never be whole without the truth. Look, I get it. You hate the gods. All gods. It's no accident that that includes yourself. And it includes your boy. Don't you see that? He feels that. He can't help what he is. He can't begin to help it because you haven't even told him. And it's like, yeah, that spells out what's happening to Atreus. And it's like, when it comes to Kratos being a father to Atreus and trying to raise him right, he'll never be able to raise his son right if he doesn't cross that bridge, right? If he doesn't tell Atreus the truth. So, Kratos begins to recognize that, and he's just like, all right, I'm gonna save my son. And then, um, oh yeah, there's a scene between Kratos and Freya, which, yeah, I mean, there's so many times where I'm just gonna say exactly what's said. I'm just gonna quote it because, like, it it's just really, really good dialogue. Just like I said again, just watch the cutscenes. They're so good. Um, but yeah, he says, because Freya's just like, you need to tell him the truth, and he says to Freya that the truth is not so simple. And she goes off on this speech on how she was trying to protect her son. She doesn't give any information away about that, but she concludes that she let her own fears get in the way of what her son needed. And she says, I know the truth isn't simple, but nothing is when it involves your child. And it's just like, I think what I love so much about this game is the fact that it's just this relationship between a dad and his son. Because, I mean, how often do we get a really good story about the nature of parenting, especially from a father's
Yeah, totally.
perspective? That's like, ooh, that's
Yeah, you
like
usually see the kid side of it.
the kid's side or the mother's side, but for this, it's like we're seeing the dad's perspective, and it's a dad who has a tortured past.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I thought that this was a fantastic way of explaining the internal conflict in a parent, and it's one that shows how a parent's actions are reflected in their kid. And it's just, ooh, that's cool. Um, and it also connects Freya because she's in a similar place to Kratos, but her decisions made the situation worse. So yeah, Kratos is just like, all right, I have to tell Atreus. I don't want to, and I feel like he may hate me for doing this, but yeah, he tells Atreus the truth. He's like, I'm a god, and so are you. But rather than any emotion that Kratos could have predicted, Kratos just accepts it. Or not Kratos, Atreus just accepts it, and he's just like, "Can I turn into an animal?" Right? Like he's
What are my powers? What can I
yeah,
do?
yeah. That's sort of his first thought because he knows a lot about gods, and he recognizes like the way that people view the gods, and he's just like, okay, I'm a god, what are my powers? But I mean, all Kratos told him was that he is a god and Atreus is a god. He doesn't really. It's a first step, but he doesn't really go as far as he needs to go, right? Um, and you see that in the game. Like, the game doesn't just end when he tells him the truth. The game ends a little bit later than that. So, yeah, Kratos, he doesn't really understand the nature of Atreus, and Atreus still doesn't understand Kratos very much. So, Atreus believes his father still sees him as weak, right? Because he doesn't recognize that Kratos sees his son as strong, but he's so scared of his son repeating his past mistakes that he doesn't even want to tell him his past mistakes. Right? Like, he doesn't really recognize that. I mean, Atreus can't recognize that because he doesn't know. So, Atreus, just like trying to prove that he's strong, stops listening to reason because, I mean, he's a god. Gods don't need to listen to anyone or really do anything. It's just their choice. Right? I'm strong. I'm a god. I can just do whatever. Um, and eventually they run into Modi, and Atreus just kills him, even though Kratos is like, no, this is like he's not that he's
Yeah, it
surrendered,
goes
but
to
like
his head.
he's weak, right? He's defeated. He's not a threat, and Atreus is just like, well, we're gods. We can do whatever we want. He just kills him, and that sets Kratos off. He's just like, you don't understand the consequences of killing a god, right? And he's really mad about it, but Atreus doesn't really seem to get it. But I mean, this was the first step of him like snapping out of that thought. Oh, Uno's almost done. I got like 30 seconds before the update's done. Have I mentioned that my Wi-Fi
Neato.
sucks?
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm just gonna, because it's almost done. I'll just wait for it to finish and then get on to Uno.
How far are we into God of War here? How much longer on that do we have?
Like, I got like a page or two of notes, so I'm gonna say probably like not that much time.
Okay. I don't have to start up Uno then, I don't think. I think I'll be okay.
Well, if you want, we can do a
Unless you
game.
want to.
I'd like to do a game.
Yeah, do a game of Uno. We can start it up
Yeah.
then. I'll start it up and wait for you then.
All right, opening up. Oh, did the thing have to update? Ubisoft.
I don't know. Mine didn't have to, I don't think. Or
Okay,
it didn't seem like it
logging
had
in,
to.
initializing, preparing to launch game. Cool.
Yee.
This might mess everything up because it's gonna go into full screen, isn't it? Hopefully that doesn't mess the recording up.
Oh no. Ronald Reagan invented drip down economics.
Drip down economics.
Because he's dripped up the wazoo.
I figured that's what that was, but I didn't.
Forget trickle down. Go with
Dripped
drip
up.
down.
Yeah. Dripped out economics.
Exactly.
Alright, let's turn the music down and let's window mode. Apply.
I'll let you set up the game.
Oh yes, I forgot. Alright. Oh, it's because I Alright. Rather than tabletop, let's capture a specific window. It's going to be Uno.
Man, I really wish it would let me change my avatar, but Ubisoft is mean and won't let me.
I forgot that our avatars are really weird.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't quit the game. Create lobby.
Don't do that. Do that. Don't do that.
Alright, what version are we playing?
I'll let you choose.
Okay, it's loading. I mean, we always do Rayman, so
Just do Rayman. I got some beef with Barb.
beef with Barb. That took forever to load. Why does that? Why did they change everything up?
I don't know, man.
Just Dance. There's Rabbids.
You mean Rayman?
Yeah, Rayman, that's what I meant. I saw Rabbids and I was like, no, that's not the one.
Technically, the rabbits are Rayman. They're the Rayman raving rabbits.
Invite to game. There we go.
E.
So, I guess we'll continue. So, Atreus kills Modi. They get to the top of the mountain because, like, this is their way to get to Jotunheim. And they're like, what are they like? Oh yeah, they're about to get there, and then, what's his name? Balder. He shows up, and he's just like, aha, you've been a thorn in my side. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill Kratos. I'm gonna kill Atreus. And Atreus ends up he engages conflict or combat, and then Kratos is mad about that because like they end up in Helheim, and Kratos blames that on Atreus. But also Atreus immediately recognizes, like he immediately sees his like the action of killing Modi, and he's just like, that's not me, that wasn't me, right? And like it's really sad because it's like, ah, oh, man, it was, you did that. But that's when Atreus has fully snapped out of doing what he was doing, and he becomes kind of back to normal. Yeah. But yeah, they have to escape Helheim, and it's like, oh man, now we've gotta, we gotta get out of here.
We gotta get out of here.
And yeah, they escape, but as they're escaping, man, can I play?
No.
We get a few instances of Kratos and Zeus, including a moment. Dang it! Including a moment where Kratos calls Zeus his father, and Zeus calls Kratos his son. And I feel like Atreus understands more of what's happening than he lets on, but Kratos is just like, no, that I don't know what that is. That's I don't know. Who's that guy? Right? And yeah, that's sort of that, right? It's clear that there's more for them to discuss, but I mean, Kratos still isn't ready to make peace with his past. But yeah, they escape Helheim. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention after all of this, there's the World Serpent. He's sort of around. He's
Midgard Serpent.
The Midgard Serpent. I don't really know much about that. I just know that he's big. There's a thing about him being so big that he wraps around the world and eats his tail or something. He's very big, and in Ragnarok, he's gonna fight Thor.
Yes, and he is technically the son of Loki.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Loki's kids are the big wolf, whose name escapes me.
I don't know.
Hela and the Midgard Serpent. Those are his kids.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, they have to retrieve an object like Mimir's eye from the World Serpent, from inside of his stomach or something, and they start to do that, and then shenanigans ensue. Those shenanigans being that Balder messed with the World Serpent, and he smacked it around, and it vomited them out or something.
I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, because this is like the end of the game now.
You're in the end game now.
Because Freya, she shows up, and she's like in
She doesn't want you to kill Balder because Balder is her son.
Yeah, she's in like this war attire almost. It's like she's ready for a fight, but the thing about Freya is, so Freya's in Midgard because Zeus cursed her. Not Zeus, Odin. Odin cursed her. I get Odin and Zeus mixed up because
it's easy to. It's easy to.
They're very similar as far as people go. I have no idea. I'm challenging it. Nope.
Well, you
I didn't expect to. I'm just hoping for a 7 right now. There's one.
You're just hoping for a 7.
But yeah, Baldur, he was looking for Kratos and his son, but then Freya shows up. And Baldur sees Freya, and it's revealed, well, it's revealed in Helheim that Baldur is Freya's son, and Freya created this, oh, thanks, bud.
You're welcome.
Freya, she created this charm to make Baldur kind of immune to most things. And yeah, almost all things. So Baldur's practically invincible. And that's why he's such a threat in the game, is because he's chasing
Yeah,
you
you
and
can't
he
kill him.
can't die.
He doesn't feel
Yeah,
anything.
he's like Deadpool, except he literally can't feel pain. So um yeah, he's really mad at Freya for doing that because he's been cursed. He can't feel anything. And yeah, he sees Freya there with Kratos and Atreus, and he's just like, I'm gonna kill you. But Kratos, he says, and this is a really good line from Kratos, he says, this path you walk, vengeance, you will not find peace, I know. And it's like, man, they're really utilizing the best parts of Kratos, or not the best parts of Kratos' past, but like the most important parts of his past to dictate what's happening in the story. And it's like, oh, it's so cool. But yeah, this leads to Baldur wanting to beat him up, to beat Kratos up, because Baldur's kind of representing who Kratos was, right? I mean, he's representing the vengeance that Kratos once had and he once committed to. Um, and yeah, I thought that was really, really cool. Also, because like the relationship to Baldur and Freya, Baldur is representing not only who Kratos was, but who Atreus might become if Kratos doesn't parent right, you know? Because Freya, like, yeah, it's just the way that things are all connected, it's like really, really cool. I just really like how they're all connected. They put a lot of effort into making all this work. I'm shocked that this game is still going.
Yeah, we have nobody's won this stinking thing yet.
Ah, I didn't hit it. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you. There we go. There it goes. So yeah, Kratos, he doesn't let Baldur kill his mom. So Baldur starts fighting Kratos. And Freya, she doesn't want them to fight, so in the final fight, she's like trying to
She
stop them.
controls, she controls the dead body of a giant, doesn't she?
Dude, it's really cool. And I like that because Freya literally can't be, she was charmed to not ever hurt anyone. She can only get in the way of you guys fighting. She can't hurt you, right? So even though she's this giant that could just squash you, she's like all she can do is just try and get in the way. And it's like that's really cool. I like how they did that. But yeah, Freya, she's trying to break him up and she's, yeah. Also, there's this weird subplot with mistletoe. It's not much of a subplot, but it's like
It's his weakness.
yeah, that's his weakness,
No!
and it's a little weird. I don't like the way it's implemented because it's like the way that they get the mistletoe. They get these arrows, and then Freya takes the arrows away. But like the moment that they get the arrows, between them getting the arrows and Freya taking them away, um, Atreus's quiver snaps, and Kratos is just like, "All right, I'm gonna fix that for you with this arrow." And that's why they have the mistletoe because yeah it's a little convenient but I can accept that. But yes, Baldur attacks Atreus and the mistletoe is what makes him vulnerable because it breaks the charm, and so you spend that fight beating up Baldur. It's a really cool fight because like he you have to use both the Leviathan axe and the Blades of Chaos. Like, because sometimes the blades can attack or can deal damage and the axe can't, and vice versa. And it's like, that's a really cool way because I have to use all of my arsenal that you've given to me to beat this guy. And it's like, yeah, I like that. Um, but finally, we're at the conclusion of the game because you beat Baldur, and it's really cool because you just see them working together to beat Baldur. And you subdue him, and he's like, Kratos is choking him out, and Freya's just like, please don't kill him. So Kratos. Oh yeah, Atreus. He says he's defeated. He's not a threat, and it's like, call back to what Kratos said before Atreus killed Modi. So it's like, that the writers, they just put so much effort into callbacks and making things like making narrative sense, right? And just having things be meaningful. So yeah, Kratos says, if you ever go near your mother, if you lay a finger on your mother, or if you ever go near me or my son, I'll kill you. And what's the first thing that Baldur does? He gets mad at his mom because his mom was interfering, like she always has been doing. Um, and yeah, he Freya's like, if everything that I've done isn't enough, if everything that I've paid, like everything that she's done to pay for the actions that she's committed to isn't enough, then you may as well just kill her. So Baldur tries to kill her. And it's like, oh no, she's dying. But then Kratos gets in the way. And oh man, I do love this interaction because Kratos said, or Baldur's just like, why don't you just stay away? You could have walked away. Like, why do you care? And he just responds with, the cycle ends here. We must be better. And he snaps his neck. And Baldur falls to the ground.
And it's like almost relieved.
Yeah, I mean, he falls to the ground and he says, snow. Because he sees snow falling. And there's a reason I point that out. Because in the game, there are a few references to Ragnarok. Even Freya references Ragnarok when she describes her relationship to her son. She says that there will be a needless death. And she thought that meant her death would be needless. And it's believed that, there's going to be a death that starts Fimbulwinter, which is like a 3-year-long winter that ends with the beginning of Ragnarok. Which I don't know if that's the destruction of Asgard or the destruction of everything, but a lot of chaos is going to ensue. And the reason why I point that out is because when Baldur falls to the ground, his last word is snow. He's recognizing that his death is the start of Fimbulwinter. I mean, that it could just be that he's seeing snow and he's like, I feel snow, but I don't think that's the case because in the fight, when you're...
Come on.
You okay?
I want to win, and I'm close.
I'm sorry. But yeah, Freya, she runs to her son's corpse and she's like, no, my boy, my sweet boy. And
I don't think he's that sweet. But...
yeah. Admittedly,
I get it's a parent. I get
it's parenting, but it's a weird relationship because like earlier he's choking her out and she's just like,
just letting him. It's like, what?
And I'm just like, this is really... Hey, buddy. I'm sorry.
Oh, you have called down the thunder. I'm going to choke you.
Oh no! Oh no! He's
the
making
cycle
like
will
Freya.
not end.
Speaking of all of this, Freya, she says, because I've listened to this a couple times. I didn't write it all down, but yeah, she says something along the lines of like, "I will rain down every agony, every atrocity. I'll parade your cold body across every corner of every realm." And then she says like, "I'll feed your," what does she say? She says, "I'll feed your corpse to the vilest filth in hell." And it's just like, jeez, she's prepared that statement. She she's very angry, and
Too mad.
yeah, I think one thing that I love, Atreus says, he saved your life, and her response is, he robbed me of everything. First off, I love the delivery of that line. It's really good. But when it comes to the commentary of parenting, I just find that really, really interesting because even now, Freya can't see past her own intentions. And I mean, like, all that Balder wanted was to feel. Even that meant him feeling death. He wanted it. And he seemed to be okay with death. But even now, she's just like, he robbed me of everything. Right? It's about her, not about her son. And I like how she's very easily using the protection of her son to mask the fact that she's afraid of letting him go. That's like, that's a really cool
It's
thing
very
that they
cool.
did, yeah. And similarly, Kratos has spent the entire game using the protection of Atreus to mask the fact that he doesn't want to revisit his past. So, yeah, at this point, Freya calls him an animal incapable of change, and Kratos is just like, "No, I'm not. I like if you think that, you don't know me." And easy setup because she's just like, "I know enough. Does your son?" And yeah, Kratos is just like, "All right, I'm gonna prove it right now, Atreus. Like, I'm gonna tell you who I am. I'm a man from Sparta. I killed my father. Like, I killed a lot of people that were deserving and a lot of people that weren't. Like, he just lays it all out, and
Yeah, he just goes for it.
yeah, I love that. As an interaction, it's just, I know I'm going like beat by beat at this point, but it's just because I love
It's a good
every
ending. It's a
every
really good
part of
ending.
that. Yeah. Especially when he says, because Atreus is just like, is this what it means to be a god, right? Kids killing their parents. And Kratos is just like, no, we will be the gods that we choose to be, not the gods who have been. Who I was is not who you will be. We must be better. I also really like that Kratos saying, the cycle ends here, we must be better, in reference of like the cycle of vengeance, the cycle of destruction must come to an end. He says that as he's about to snap Baldur's neck. He's like, he says that, and then he does an action that's going to lead to more violence. Right? He started Ragnarok. And it's like, man, that's really interesting too. Um but yeah, there's so many layers to this ending and this climax that I'm just like, ooh, it's so good. I love it. As it's why I really wanted to talk about it. Um,
It's very good.
mhm. Yeah,
Good
Kratos
payoff.
is committing to killing Baldur is like he commits to it because he knows that gods must be better, but he's committing to actions that's going to lead to the gods being even worse. And I'm assuming that this is going to be it's going to be like a trilogy. It's going to be a 3-game arc for Kratos and Atreus. I don't know that for certain. That's just my thoughts going into
I
this.
know and I can't say.
Yeah. All I know is some of the spoilers I've seen on YouTube, which it seems like you spend a lot of time with Freya in Ragnarok. So I'm very interested in how that interaction's going to go, but I wonder because
I'm excited to see Ryan's
I'm
reaction.
so excited for that game. Like, I finished God of War. This is a terrible. Why did I do this?
What have you done?
I don't know. Why does everyone's hands suck?
I'll fix your decision for you.
Oh, thanks, bud. But yeah, I love the I love that ending, especially because yeah, the game ends, and after that you head to Jotunheim. It's very very quick. You head to Jotunheim and you spread the ashes. But before you spread the ashes, it's
You learned
you
stuff.
learn some pretty interesting information. So Faye, not Freya, Faye, she's Kratos' dead wife. She was apparently a giant. Um, and Kratos wanted to name his son Atreus, but Faye, whose real name is Laufey the Just, wanted to name her son Loki.
Done, done, done.
And I know that they didn't just name drop Loki without a reason. Like some intense stuff is gonna happen in the future games. So, because like society has a certain view of Loki. Um,
We live in a society.
we do. So yeah.
Oh no.
I mainly wanted to explore the game through Kratos' perspective, but I love everything in relation to Freya and Balder. The way that they talk about Tyr. It's like everyone is serving as the opposite of Kratos in some way, right? Like Tyr is he's a god of war that committed to peace, right? Whereas Freya, she's a mother that commits to focusing so much on quote unquote protecting her son that she basically leads to the events that gets him killed. Um, Balder being, a view of what may happen to Atreus. Um, it's really interesting all of the things that they balanced in this game. Um, and then with Atreus being Loki, it's just got me thinking like, what's gonna happen? I don't even want to predict what's gonna happen because I know Ragnarok. Like, once we're done with this discussion, if I have time tonight, I'm probably just gonna get started on Ragnarok.
You own it?
Yeah, yeah, I got it with my PlayStation, so I've owned it for like
Oh,
2 months.
cool. Oh, he's just been holding on to it.
I've just been holding on to it. It's the whole reason why I wanted to play through all of this because I heard that this game is really, really good.
Give it to me. No!
No. But
This
yeah,
does never
they
get me.
also I like that they have these paintings on the wall before you, like, as you're learning who Atreus is in relation to who Laufey is. There's all these paintings on the wall and they show the events of the game, so it's like, oh man, they kind of knew what was going to happen. But then there's also obviously like prepping for the next game. You see that there's more written, but you just can't see it because it's covered up. So it's like, Ragnarok's coming. That's
How?
pretty much everything I wanted to say. It
Okay.
was about 2 hours. Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
nice little explaining the whole series. But yeah, I really enjoyed that game. I played it to 100% completion. Those Valkyries, they they kicked my butt.
Oh, I
They were
know they're hard.
difficult.
I've seen that.
But yeah, I really enjoyed the game. I think that I know a lot of people don't really like a lot of the mechanics because it's the camera is very restrictive, but yeah, I never really had a problem with that. I felt like the way that they call out everything, all the systems in place to let you know where the enemies are, I never really had a problem with anything in that.
I may have
But
just given him the win.
nah, I got sevens. Man, if he can not play a +4, that'd be nice.
I have a feeling it's coming.
There it is. Look, at
Oh,
least
there
it's
it
not
was.
red, so I'll challenge it. Just get some more cards. Jeez, look at all that. Well, I have 3 sevens, so
He
try
ain't gonna
again.
win. He ain't got this. I know what he's got. Oh shoot. Don't play a 2 or a red. Fool. But yeah, those games, I know I haven't said a ton. I've always thought those are very oh, oh, ha, 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 ah, ha, ha. Okay.
Well, to be honest, I didn't know that you had seen playthroughs of God of War and Ragnarok.
I have, because I was like, I, I originally did not know if Ragnarok was a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Apparently it's not.
It's not, yeah.
So I was like, well, I don't plan on getting a PlayStation 5 for the foreseeable future at the moment. So I was
Yeah.
like, well,
Well, here's the thing.
might
I
as
think
well.
it's next year. It was leaked that the PS5 Pro is coming out sometime soon.
What's the PS5 Pro?
So for every console that they make, they make a slightly better one. It's like in the
Oh,
middle, in between making that console and the next one.
right. Okay.
Because the PS4 Pro came out. That it's like slightly better.
I've
It's got
never
better
even heard of
performance
the.
stuff. But yeah,
Interesting. I've never even heard of the.
yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed that game. I thought it was very, very fun.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. I definitely thought those games looked really cool. Like I got the basic story beats, and I've seen a lot of the combat. I would probably be interested in it, and I just need to like work up the effort to. If I wanted to play it, I would just have to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got some cool puzzles to it. They definitely they don't always like when it comes to the puzzles. Sometimes they just make you work to figure it out. So it's like I do enjoy that as a concept. Like I hate it when games hold my hand. So it's nice to it was nice to play a game that doesn't really hold my hand. It's like you really gotta work for it. Well, I guess I'll just keep recording until this game is
This
over.
game ends.
If it ends.
Okay, so audience, Barbara sucks. Barbara and Glowbox suck to a degree that I can't even explain. Like that.
There it goes.
Who gets more?
Kyle, I have 3 zeros. You take that.
Okay.
Don't play the blue one.
sure.
Why'd you play the blue one? Glowbox is gonna win now.
No, he's not.
Oh, because Barbara didn't. Okay, she didn't want to play the red 0.
I have it in hand. I'm in control.
Okay.
I'm not in control. Ryan, now he's gonna win.
She's got a red 0, so.
He's got a red 0. We gotta stop it. I know how. I'll save us.
That's
Quick,
not
click
very
it,
cool.
click it, click it! Ah, no! Clicked it!
I wasn't
Aw.
even paying attention, so. Ah.
Stupid mouse.
I tried to hit yellow, but I guess it's red.
I'm just gonna get that out of here.
You know, that's a good call.
I dare you, Barb. Okay.
Dared.
Well, I dared her, so.
Alright, I'm gonna add the music back in. Just a little bit. Just a little quiet. Hey, what'd you do? Why'd you do that?
I had that as a guard.
That was so uncool.
Well, it's just how it goes.
Never have this music on because I'm always listening to Spotify. This is like, what is this?
It's really weird, man.
This is weird music.
Oh no. No!
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, again, the music for God of War. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, Bear
Bear
McCreary,
McCreary,
yes.
so good. I didn't know that he also did Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yes, 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 he did, and he did a great job with that soundtrack. The movie's just okay. It's not a perfect. It's not really a great movie, I would
Dude,
say.
that movie gets weird.
It gets weird. I like it just because of the monster stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but I love the music.
Yeah.
The music is definitely one of the high points.
I'd have to go back and listen to the soundtrack. Now, I don't know what Glowbox has.
I'll save you. Wait a minute. I didn't look! I gave it to Barb. Oh no.
Well, let's just short track this. Alright, there you go. Yellow's safe.
Oh. Shoo.
Looks like he needs green. She needs green.
Give me a good card. Give me a good card.
Not quite. Well, you need yellow, so I get. You need green. You need a color, so I give you the not color. This music, quite interesting.
This music, while delightful, does make me want to kill myself.
Oh no. Oh, thanks, bud.
You're welcome.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Hey, you're welcome, man.
That's not good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You got this. Come on. You got this.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
I can solve this possibly.
Lots of sixes. Oh, that helps.
Yeah, that helps.
Might not help for Barbara.
Oh, Barbara doesn't have it.
I was really hoping she had it. That'd have been the best timing. Alright, now it's getting down to the wire. Not for me, though.
Oh, no.
Alright, you know what? I don't
What
care
she
what
got?
Barbara has. She doesn't have yellow, so... Good to know, good to
Hey.
know. What, did you think I was gonna help you?
Was hoping.
Hopefully she doesn't have blue.
Yeah, hopefully she don't have blue.
Or hopefully
Glowbox-
Glowbox plus 4s
Box plays a 4. Oh, no. Glowbox.
Yellow, okay, good, good. She
don't
doesn't
have
have
yellow.
yellow.
Okay, that's
I like
better.
how we just tell each other information.
Well, we're up against two things. It's bad. Wait, what? Oh, okay.
Oh, you ruined it, Kyle.
I didn't ruin anything. Glowbox, don't you dare!
Look,
Oh,
it's okay.
you fool.
I shouldn't have done that because... There we go. I saved it.
Hmm.
Ooh, that's good. Ah! We did it. We're doing
did it.
We're doing it, gamers.
You're drawing
What's
now.
happening?
I don't think you're
What's
doing
happening? I'm doing it. I'm doing something.
it. You're doing something, all right. It doesn't
Take a
look
2.
good. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Ooh, yes, man. Young man. Do 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 do. Young man.
Yeah. It's fun to say it the YMCA.
YMCA. Come on. I wanna play. Oh, that's not so good for me.
It's taken an extra. It's added an extra 10 minutes to this recording. This is interesting.
No.
Oh, come on.
How do we end this game, man?
I swear, because we were still talking God of War when this game started.
We had one game that the AI won,
Uh-huh.
and we've just been playing the second game for eons.
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness.
Okay, well, goodbye, Barb.
Ah, darn.
That should keep her busy.
Just a little bit until she plays that dragon that she has.
Yeah, until she does do that. Okay, well.
Okay, good.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Well, I'll
Fascinating.
do that again.
Ah, fascinating.
Ooh, less cool.
That's not what you want to see.
That's actually exactly what I wanted to see, and that's why I played the
Oh
color.
my goodness.
What you get?
I
Bunch
have
of sevens?
I have the rings of power.
The rings of power.
I have them all.
Every single one of them?
You want to see?
Not really. Ooh. Ah, that's exactly what I thought it'd be.
It's a lot of power.
No! Oh, Glowback's had even more rings.
Oh no! Oh no! How could he have more than that? Okay. No! There's no way I only get one color.
Oh my gosh, everyone has the things! Okay, you enjoy that. I guess I'll enjoy that.
Oh no! I'll enjoy this too. Good grief! How many of these are on the board right now?
I don't know.
This is just chaos. Well, I'm just gonna get rid of it.
Okay, okay. There's a chance. We're getting there.
Come on. Oh.
If it makes you feel any better, it hurts me too. Not that much, though.
Red is not the color.
This has been a game.
This is seriously just been a game. Oh!
I forgot about no! Oh come on! I was at Uno.
He was there.
Ooh, that's interesting. You think he has something good?
No, but Goldbox might. Oh.
It's okay, you'll get it back.
Okay.
If I can play!
Okay. Sorry, Ryan.
Ah! Okay, I guess I'm never gonna play.
No! Oh, get him!
I can't now! That's my first time playing since I got since the dragon.
Listen, I want you to play. Play.
Okay, alright, you know what? Pass.
No! Please don't make me draw a bunch. No! Oh! No! Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I've been to Uno so many times. No! Actually, that saved me.
Alright, alright, alright. We got a chance, we got a chance. Here we go, here we go. Now I'm like the cool kids.
What the?
You got blue?
Yes!
There we go. Finally! The game is over! Alright, well. That was a
Oh my goodness.
new item unlocked.
Wow.
I got something. I got a thing, an item.